Many years ago, I read one of Mike Murdoch's books, and he said something that I can never forget. He said, there is somebody watching you that is capable of greatly blessing you. You never know. So make the choice. Just decide that your choices will always be on matters that are excellent. And if it doesn't carry the imprimatur of excellence, you're not going to accept it. A sixth attribute or character virtue that builds excellence is consistency. Consistency. The ability to be consistent in the things you do. All of the things I've been talking about as a standard, as a choice, and all the many things I've been speaking about in the past couple of editions also needs the virtue of consistency to be able to show, so that you don't get weary of it. You don't say, oh no, excellence is seasonal for me. There's a time I let down and let go and just become anything less than. No. It's got to be a character attribute. It's got to be a consistent outflow from your inner being as an attitude manifesting in a lifestyle. In the book of Genesis, we have a very beautiful example that demonstrates the necessity for consistency in order to build a life of excellence. Chapter 49 of Genesis, verses 3-4. The patriarch Jacob, in his dying days, called all his children, and he began to speak about what their outcomes in lives were going to become. And when he came to his firstborn, look at what he said. He said, Reuben, you are my firstborn. And that means you got the best of my might. You are the beginning of my strength. You are supposed to be the excellency of dignity, because the promise of the firstborn is yours. And even the excellency of my power, everything ought to belong to you. But guess what he said to his son, Reuben? He said, because you are unstable as water, you cannot excel. Thou shalt not excel. You are unstable. Because the moment you cannot be known for one thing, then you cannot be identified with that one thing. Somebody puts it separately in a different way. He says, if you can't stand for something, then you will fall for everything. Every time you take a stand and you are consistent on it, even you will not know how your life begins to adapt into that culture. That is why when we are told, for instance, not to hobnob, not to go with people of certain characters. For instance, in the book of Proverbs, the Bible says, if you move with an angry man, you will learn his ways. It's talking about the spirit of transfer. In the same way, when you consistently do a thing, consistently practice soccer, singing, playing an instrument, consistently, name it, whatever it is, you become the best in it. But no matter how gifted you are, if you lose consistency, you drop in your rating, you drop in your standard. I remember after Serena Williams, had to take some time off to win her baby and, become pregnant. And she's been struggling so hard to come back. She's done so well. I mean, I doff my heart for that lady. But the point is, that long break terminated a consistent pattern. And guess what? She still has not been able to regain her original form. And all kinds of kids are beginning to beat her in the game. Consistency is the key to maintaining the character and the attribute of excellence. You must do everything to resist falling in and out of excellence and just maintain it as a pattern that never ceases. Of course, another thing, about consistency is that it has a way of attracting to you things that are excellent to the degree it now makes you to be able to operate in those dimensions.